A dream vacation to paradise, a college student enjoying spring break with friends. Then, suddenly, she vanished without a trace. No phone calls, no messages, no confirmed sightings. What really happened to Sudiksha Konanki, and why does this mystery continue to capture attention around the world? Who was the young woman at the center of this storm? Before she was a headline, she was a person. Sudiksha Konanki was 20 years old. She was a student. She was studying in the United States, far from her family home. She was building a future. She had dreams. Friends described her as bright and kind. Someone who was easy to talk to. Someone who made others feel comfortable. Her family spoke of her with immense love. She was their daughter. She was their hope. She grew up in a close-knit family. They remembered her love for simple things. She loved music. She loved watching movies with her parents. She loved the ocean. The beach was one of her favorite places. This trip to Punta Cana was supposed to be another happy memory by the sea. To understand a disappearance, you need a timeline. It is a map of someone's last known movements, a series of dots. The investigators try to connect them. Sudiksha's timeline is sparse. It is made of small, ordinary moments. On her last day, she did vacation things. She spent the afternoon with her friends. The sand was warm under their feet. They swam in the turquoise water. They ate a late lunch at one of the resort's restaurants. Everything seemed normal. She was captured in photos, smiling, with the ocean behind her. The sun began to set. This is when the timeline becomes critical. Security cameras at the resort provided some information. The footage showed Sudiksha with her friends in a common area of the resort. She was there. She was visible. Friends who were with her said the mood was relaxed. They were talking about plans for the evening. The last confirmed sighting is the most important dot on the map. It places her inside the resort complex. After that, the trail goes cold. Panic does not arrive all at once. It builds slowly. At first, it was just a small question. Where is Sudiksha? They sent a text. No reply. They called her phone. It rang, unanswered. This was the first sign that something was wrong. Maybe her phone died. Maybe she fell asleep in her room. The friends checked her room. The door was locked. They got a staff member to open it. The room was empty. Her belongings were there. Her wallet, her passport, things a person needs. Things a person does not leave behind if they are planning to go somewhere. They started to retrace their steps. They called her name. The sound was swallowed by the night and the waves. Have you seen our friend? She looks like this. Most people shook their heads. They had not seen her. The friends alerted the resort's front desk. They explained the situation. The casual atmosphere was gone. Urgency took its place. The call to her family was the hardest one to make. From that moment on, their lives were consumed by one thing: finding Sudiksha. Once the alarm was officially raised, the resort security initiated the first formal search. Beams cut through the darkness, scanning every public space. They rechecked pools and walked the length of the private beach. The tide was coming in. Time was an enemy. Local police were notified. Law enforcement took the lead. They began by taking statements and establishing the timeline. Did anyone see a young woman matching her description? Anything unusual? The physical search expanded beyond the resort walls. Teams moved methodically through dunes and coastal brush. At night, lights lined the shore. By morning, the scale had grown. The family arrived in Punta Cana, facing distance and a language barrier, but with a single purpose: find their daughter. They pleaded for more resources, bigger, faster, more intense. Their pain spurred the searchers on. The initial search evolved into a full-scale police investigation. Investigators watched hours of footage, syncing timestamps to reconstruct her last known movements. She walked out of one frame and did not appear in the next. This was the gap. More formal recorded statements were collected and cross-referenced. With the family's permission, publicly reported phone records were examined for calls, texts, and possible tower pings. Search and rescue teams deployed specialized equipment. Helicopters widened the view. Dogs searched for scent. Despite searches by land, sea, and air, no significant items belonging to Sudiksha were publicly reported as found. Her passport, wallet, and personal items in her room suggested no plan to leave. The investigation became a process of elimination, but the puzzle remained incomplete. Clues were like ghosts, present and absent at the same time. When facts are scarce, speculation rushes in to fill the void. The case became a subject of intense online discussion around the world. Ideas were proposed, debated, and amplified. Some theories were plausible, some were far-fetched, all of them added to the noise. One set of theories centered on a tragic accident, perhaps a night walk, a powerful wave, an unpredictable ocean. Others suggested disorientation off well-lit paths in unfamiliar terrain. A darker set involved foul play, including the possibility of abduction. People asked if there were gaps in security or access from the beach. It is crucial to separate theories from facts. They are not evidence. Law enforcement monitored chatter and pursued credible leads. But online speculation often creates a fog that distracts and hurts families. Their job is to build a case on proof, not on speculation. Public theories can guess. Investigators have to know. The family's pain was the human heart of the story.
Please help us find our daughter.
Their pleas turned the case from local to international. The idyllic setting made the story more striking. Attention brought support and pressure. Communities rallied, online and in person. Under the glare, they showed strength and dignity. They thanked the public and held on to hope. Their love for Sudiksha remained the constant light. The case was in the global spotlight, and the world was watching. Today, on June 16, 2026, the case of Sudiksha Konanki remains officially open and officially unsolved. The intense searches have passed, but the investigation continues in a quieter phase. Authorities say the case is active but release few details. It lives in police files and in the hearts of her family. Many questions remain. What happened to Sudiksha? Where did she go after leaving the view of that last camera? Did she suffer an accident? Was she taken against her will? Without a body, a crime scene, or a confession, investigators cannot give a definitive answer. The story continues to fascinate and sadden, a cautionary tale of fragility in a place meant for joy. We are left with a smiling young woman, a waiting family, and an unending question. The disappearance of Sudiksha Konanki remains one of the most discussed missing person cases in recent memory. While investigators continue searching for answers, many questions remain unanswered. What do you think happened? Let us know in the comments.